Did Ghost ever know about the Tejada family? Interesting note. If you guys remember season one, Ghost actually wasn't in the streets much. He was off. He's completely off the board. And we've kind of lined up the timelines in a specific way so that Monet, who's from Brooklyn, doesn't know about Tommy and Ghost, but Lorenzo, as we start to move forward, will start to figure out how much he knows or doesn't know, and when he puts together who Tariq might actually be. But that's for seasons to come. One thing to note, though, that James St. Patrick was able to run for lieutenant governor. So I want to be clear that it's not like everybody knew that James St. Patrick was Ghost. I think sometimes the fans think, oh, they must know, but they don't know, because Ghost and James St. Patrick, people didn't know his real name. People didn't know his government who knew him in the street, and people who knew him in like the legit world didn't know he was Ghost. Just that's like, if you remember. So that's why it's not like, oh, that's Ghost's son when they meet Tariq.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love power, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today, we're going to be talking about Power Book 2 Ghost, Lorenzo Tejada, James St. Patrick. Did they know each other? Courtney Kemp finally answered the question about this topic of discussion. Now, I dropped the video that she put up on her IG Live a couple days back, and this is one of the first topics that she talked about Lorenzo, Monet possibly knowing Ghost. Now, she talked about Monet knowing Ghost in the past on one of her old IG lives that she did, and she said in the past that no, Monet does not know who Ghost is. But in this IG live, she kind of broke it down a little bit more and explained that Monet, of course, is from Brooklyn, and you know, she doesn't know who Tommy and Ghost is, right? And we know that Monet now is in Queens, right? They're, you know, running their operations out of Queens, but before she was in Brooklyn. But as far as Lorenzo Tejada, it makes more sense for him to know who Ghost was, and eventually Lorenzo's going to put two and two together and realize that Tariq St. Patrick is connected to Ghost. Now, I can't wait to see how this all is going to play out, because all the fans of Power has been asking this question on why they don't know who Ghost and Tommy was. Now, it does make more sense that they would know who Tommy Egan was, because he was out there, right? She explained that Ghost in season 1 of Power wasn't really on the block like that. He was kind of quiet. He kind of laid off the street. He was off the board. We did see Tommy Egan on the block a little bit more. He was running things, but Ghost was a Ghost. And I'm eager to see exactly how it's going to be played out. They haven't actually put this into the storyline as of right now. This is all just backstory that she's talking about and what's to come. And if that's the case, I got a feeling that respect level got to be high. You have to give Tariq a little bit more respect when you figure out that he is connected to Ghost. That is his son. And when that does happen, I'm telling you, I want to see his reaction. I want to see exactly what's going to happen. Now, her even saying this lets us know that Lorenzo is going to be here for a little bit. They're building up his character, and eventually, I think we're going to see a little bit more of his backstory. In season 2, she kind of explained that we're going to see more of Monet's backstory. We're going to figure out a little bit more details about her and her lifestyle, because there's still questions out there that we just don't know. And I know a lot of Power fans are just saying, like, what? Like, it's no way that Ghost and Tommy was running all of this and these guys didn't know who they were. And I understand. I really do understand where you're coming from. But when you think about it in the perspective of Ghost being Ghost, this is a guy that wasn't really seen like that. But at the same time, those people that work with him knew who he was, right? They knew who he was. But those other people, like Lorenzo, and there's probably more that's out there, they probably didn't know exactly what he looked like, and definitely didn't know his real name was James St. Patrick. So those things will come into line. I think they're going to build this up and explain it a little bit more once they figure it all out. But it's definitely something that has to connect. I mean, you have to connect this. Everybody's always trying to compare the Tejadas to the St. Patrick's, and realistically speaking, from what we've saw so far in Power, and I'm talking about just as of right now, the St. Patrick organization, to me, in my personal opinion, was at a whole different level. But that's just me. You see what I'm saying? The Tejada, at least what Monet is doing, as far as what we've been seeing on screen, you can't even compare them. You know what I'm saying? You cannot compare Monet's children to the Lobos, the Milans, the Jasons. I mean, we can go on and on with all the people that they dealt with, the Rollers. I mean, these guys was more experienced, in my opinion, than Kane, Drew, and Diana. But I understand where the show is going. They're trying to build up a younger audience and a younger crowd, and it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? This is what they want to do. It's like a new generation of Power, which makes a lot of sense. But as far as comparing to the original Power when it comes to the Tejada organization going against the St. Patrick organization, I just don't see no comparison at all. They're just at two different levels of the game, in my opinion. But I am eager to see what Tommy Egan is going to be thinking about this as far as Lorenzo in the Tejada's organization. What will he think about them and how they are running their operation, especially with all the stuff that he's been through, all the people that he's worked with? I want to know exactly what he's going to be thinking. Like, okay, this is how they running their stuff. He's probably going to think that they need to fix and, become a little bit better at what they're doing, because the mistakes that these guys have been making, Tommy Egan probably would have caught some bodies already. And I'm talking about the people that's working for him. We already seen Tommy Egan catch bodies for people that work for him, especially if you didn't get the job done the right way. He didn't play around. I mean, this is something that he didn't do. And, of course, Ghost definitely didn't play around. I mean, the introduction of James St. Patrick in episode 1 of Power, I mean, this dude was so cold-blooded. I mean, how he switched from being that Club Truth, I mean, coming outside in the back, smoking Miguel, putting the suit back on, going back in. I mean, from 0 to 100 real quick. That was different level right there. So, yes, I cannot compare the two organizations at all. I mean, it's no comparison. But I do understand the fans want to know why they don't know who these guys are. And hopefully they are able to present this information the best way possible, because we got to see how it's all connected. Regardless of what's going on, at the end of the day, season 2 of Power Book 2 Ghost is something that we all need to watch. And I think it's going to give us more of the backstory of Monet, Tejada, the Tejada organization, and what was really going on these past few years. You know what I'm saying? Especially with Lorenzo being locked up. I want to know exactly what really happened. Some fans believe something went down with this whole GTG thing and Lorenzo getting locked up. Big Guap, I guess, taking a bullet for Lorenzo. I mean, the whole storyline is a mystery. We need to know a little bit more details about this. And I think in season 2, we're going to get that. And it's going to make a lot more sense. But as of right now, I believe the show is doing very well, man. I can't wait to see how it's all going to tie together and how it's all going to end. But you guys let me know, man. What do you think about Ghost, Lorenzo, the Tejada organization being connected and possibly knowing Ghost and knowing what was going on back in the day in Power? Because all the fans wanted to know this question. So she finally answered it. Hopefully we see this. It ain't all just talk, because it was a lot of talk, right? All the fans was wondering if Kane was connected to Canaan. And deep down inside, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm just like, it's no way. Yes, their names are similar, of course. But Kane, he is Lorenzo's son. He's actually a junior. His name is actually Lorenzo. And she explains that in her live stream as well, that he's a junior. And they nicknamed him Kane because he was running around like a hurricane and stuff like that. He was a wild boy. But things like that, I think we need to know. If you wasn't watching the live stream, of course you would not know. So a lot of casual Power fans, they don't know these details right here. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, a lot of people was going around saying certain things, different theories and stuff like that, that don't make sense because they don't know all the details. So hopefully in the show, They're going to give us these details, and that way the Power fans can be more aware on what's really going on within the show and within the history of the show. But you guys let me know, man, what do you think about this? Leave your theories, predictions, everything down below. We still got more Power Book 2 Goes videos coming for you guys. Stay tuned. We're going to get you ready for the season finale. It's about to go down. It's about to be fireworks, and I cannot wait. But let me go on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.